This is a story that still amazes me, although it happened 25 years ago, but it's kind of an ongoing story. About 25 years ago, I was paragliding and I crashed and I broke my ankle and leg, and it was quite a severe break. But more than that, it was terrible, terrible pain because nerves were torn and ligaments, and it was bad. So the medical world did what they could, and they had this whole iron cage around my leg and with screws that they kept tightening. And this went on for a while, but I felt like my foot was in a fire. It was burning, and no matter what sedatives and painkillers they gave me, it would last for 20 minutes, half an hour, and the pain was just impossible. So we made contact with a person living in the United States that was an expert at distant healing and many other things. And he did what he did, and the pain stopped, which was like a miracle. And he said that what he was doing, he calls it pain alleviation, and he can do it from any place on the planet to any person on the planet. And it's something that he was working for many, many years, about 50 years of his life. He wanted to see less pain in the world, and he tried to figure out how to alleviate pain. Luckily for me, he found a certain ability and did what he did. A few years later, I learned from him how to do this pain alleviation thing. And about a year later, we were camping and our son stepped on a wasp. And as he got stung, he started screaming. And my father said, "That's the end of our holiday." And he was screaming. And I took him into the little room where we were staying. And I did this technique of pain alleviation. And about 10 minutes later, he ran out and he was playing football again with his friends. And that was a moment my father kind of went, scientist and everything, but he just saw something which he couldn't explain. So working with energy and bioenergy and distant healing and pain alleviation and crystal therapy has become a very great part of my life and something that I do these days. A few years ago, a friend of mine had boiling water pour on his face. He was drinking what he thought was cold water from a thermal can, but it was coffee at 100 degrees. And I was called, I ran over, and I started to do this pain alleviation and healing. And you could actually see the red blisters disappearing from the face. And many, many more things that are like miraculous, and many more healings and therapies that have become like part of my life. So anyone can learn to work with energy. And it starts, and here's a tip for you if you want to get into this area, it starts with putting your hands one near the other and trying to feel. Trying to sense if you can feel anything between. That's how I started. You try to sense, and if you feel something, you try to sense it from further away. And if you feel, you go even further away. And next thing, you can try and sense your own aura, because we have many levels in the aura. And you can try to sense somebody else's aura and try to see if you can feel the aura of a tree or a cat. Does one tree have a different feeling from another tree? So it starts by trying. And if you get a result and you try more, you're on the right track.